Bigudi. That's what I say from now on. Every time I see him, like I have Bigudi in my hair.
Bigudi. I wonder. That sounds like a French word. So I gotta record this. This is gonna be in a couple of weeks. We gotta film this, a historic meeting, because, and by the way, I have to say to you, Marika, Anastasia called me. What? Ты мне когда позвонила? You called me 40 minutes ago, because I called you. Oh, that's my shirt.
It's my beautiful. It's your shirt now. There you go.
She stole my shirt.
No. Caring is sharing. You have to share. That's hers now.
Don't you? Let me tell you, Marika is a very special person. Now, my son, the oldest, he used to tell me, Dad, when you tell me I'm special, I think you mean like I'm like that.
No, not that kind of special.
Not like that. Not a they call it spazzy. No, not spazzy. No, but special in a special way. And Anastasia, remember I mentioned Marika to you. I said Marika is my very is a close person to me. So now we discussed a lot of things. Marika is running the government secretly
from underneath DC.
From underneath. Marika, another. I'm sorry.
Where are you from? West Africa, Liberia, but I live in DC. DC is Washington. Washington, yeah.
District of. So wait a minute, Liberian Girl. That was a song like that.
Michael Jackson,
Liberian Girl.
He had a taste of that flavor before he departed this world.
Now I can see why he was singing like that. So Liberia, let me ask you something. Liberia, what's the capital of Liberia?
Monrovia.
Monrovia, that's a capital.
Yeah.
So now all we need to do now is very simple. Coordinate our efforts on how we gonna live together, all three of us, and we'll show the world through
that it can work.
Not only can it can blossom, it can flourish, it can thrive. Imagine three of us living. Now Anastasia was having some thoughts about certain anatomical variations and not even racial. I think the fact that you are of a different race will smooth things out a little bit.
I'm all ears.
I'll say it in Russian. Мне кажется, что то, что другой расы, оно немножко смягчит твое, может, не такое уж, как... Because Anastasia was having certain, I'd say, considerations, for the lack of a better word, when it came to multiplicity.
Okay.
So because she hasn't been privy to such to those experiences in the past. She hasn't had any of those. By the way, Marika, have you had experience?
That would be new to me too.
Now I have to say this. I've had several experiences where I lived with two ladies. I've mentioned it to you. In fact, they were both black. They still exist. I mean, they're still alive, I think. And they were all in their early 20s. They were actually 20 years old. Beautifully, very spirited, very spiritual, two young ladies. And they taught me a lot. They really, that experience, I lived with them for 5 days. One of them invited her friend. And it was extremely educating because
Anastasia said 5 days, so okay,
5
we're gonna
days.
have to pass the 5 day march.
But let me tell you something. I say to you this: they taught me humility, like only maybe my ex can compare, because my ex taught me a lot of humility too, for which I'm thankful to her. But we don't even have a translation in Russian language. Exact translation, because Russians are not humble, so we don't even have a word like that. Because как сказать по-русски humility? Это такое достоинство, скромный. We don't have a word for humility. Это называется скромность, но это не скромность.
But you have masculine, and masculine is attractive.
So right, but
most culture don't exercise
masculinity. I'm trying to compensate for my femininity by a little bit of masculinity, because Anastasia tells me I'm a lady, I'm a woman, and that's true. I'm very feminine. Having said that, the fact that I lack humility is because we don't even have a word in Russian for that. So I grew up not even knowing that exists. Having said that, those two ladies, they taught me, they said, Abraham, maybe you are right. Maybe you have a reason that you are upset. But you could be a little bit more humble when you express it. You don't have to yell at us. We're young. We're not as experienced. And you are, yelling and not very respectfully so. So please be so kind and just be a little kinder. I'm like, when they both said it, I said, you know what? Let me be that way. So when Anastasia tells me the same thing and throws something in my head, I say, okay, take it easy. So now let me ask you, are you capable of traveling? You have a U.S. citizenship?
Yes.
Oh, it makes it so easy. So you can travel to Mexico.
I definitely can.
And you can introduce your daughters. Now, Anastasia has a daughter. Her name is Taisia. А где Tася?
Beautiful Anastasia.
She's outside. She's learning.
Oh, let her enjoy.
She's
How
learning.
old? 7 years old. Oh, that's good. I have a 13-year-old and a 6.
Very close. They'd love each other. We gotta make them talk, because Taisia she's extremely savvy, very savvy. Sometimes she humbles me and Anastasia when she teaches us. You know what she said once? She goes like this. I say, Taisia, we talk deep. I said, Taisia, why men and so many couples argue? She goes, because they don't know how to live with each other.
Right.
I said, but wait a minute. If they don't know how to live with each other, why are they living with each other? She goes, it's because they don't know.
But she's right though, because it's something that most people don't channel.
They're not aware. They're not aware that they think they know, but they don't know. And there was another question.
She's smart.
Oh, she's brilliant. I asked Taisia, Anastasia showed me this seminar on either on Instagram or YouTube with this very popular psychologist in Russia, in Moscow. And the topic of the seminar was, if your woman loses her passion towards you, what is a man to do? So I asked Taisia, so what do you think about this? What if a woman loses her passion, her fire for a man? What does a man gotta do? You know what she said? Dump the bitch.
Wow.
She gotta let her go. You gotta let her go. That's it, too late.
Yeah.
If she lost her fire, that's too late. The game is over.
It is too late, because that means she's now focused on something else.
Seminar.
There's no way to
Seminar is over. One word. Leave her.
Yeah.
Leave her.
She's right. Because for a woman to seek interest in another means she has to detach from another. It's hard for her to be in two places at one time. A man is in his nature to be in multiple places because he can control.
Anastasia, do me a favor.
What he's giving.
This woman, we gotta write what she's saying, because she's quotable. A man by nature is a dog. He run around. Today he lost interest. Tomorrow he gains it again. He's all over the place. He don't even know what he's doing.
But he sections it in a way where he's not overcompensating, right? For a woman, if I were to have a relationship outside of my husband, that means, like Taisha said, I'm no longer interested in my husband. So now I have to move on to something else.
But
for a man, he will be with me and he can give me exactly what I need from him, and he will be with Anastasia and give her exactly what he needs, because he knows how to meet everyone's needs.
I tell you,
women are not designed that way.
You see, this woman is a genius. Let me tell you the way I've learned it in the last 3 years. A woman is a source. A woman is a mother nature. is a Mother Earth, is Gaia from the Greek mythology. She is like a natural selection. Mother Nature selects. She selects who she loves, and then she loves. And then when she loves, if it's a healthy male, he will reciprocate. He will love her back. If it's not, then forget it. Then leave him alone. Some men are not healthy. Now, but it's the woman. The energy of love comes from a woman. She chooses, and she's the one who invests her feelings, her love first, after she chooses a worthy man of her. The man whose genes are worthy to be taken and passed into the eternity, because she's the one. She's a selector of the genes. We run around offering our genes to everybody. Now, if she loses that fire, time to go. Because it's like a, you know, think of it as a bulb and an electricity source. You plug the lamp into the electricity. A woman is that source. If the bulb is not lit up, it's either because the bulb is broken, that's a sick man, or a woman got no more juice for him. That's it.
I'm just like fascinated by Anastasia's face. She has this beautiful structure, and you just need to be a model. I swear. I'm sitting here, you're talking, and I'm looking at the bone structure of her face. You're a gorgeous woman.
Here I'm talking about all this stupid psychology.
You're talking about genes and psychology, and I'm looking at this beauty that you put in front of me.
I love it. This is like Anastasia. Okay. Everything you say is so lovely. Let's go make love. That because all you're saying is it's beautiful. It's lovely theories you have. Incredible, but let's fuck.
She'll be Darwin tomorrow. She'll write the book.
let's transfer some genes into the future. Now I tell you something. This is really, really special. You should see if you can make it, because let me tell you, the accommodations that you are gonna have to put up with. Anastasia, she's used to the best, so now she selected for herself to live with the dolphins.
Why is that? She likes dolphins?
She lives in a dolphinarium. She comes out of her apartment. There are dolphins swimming in front of her.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't show now.
Now it's dark. You can. А ты можешь показать. Вот выйди, покажи, где хотя бы они плавают.
It's very dark now.
Yeah, but that's okay. So the idea, she goes, if there's no dolphins, I ain't living there. That's it.
Wow. But dolphins are very, very good creatures. Now, if a dolphin takes to you, it means you have a good heart.
You see, that's
because they're very, very unique species.
They know. And I think my suspicion is that there are only two types. They're sisters and brothers, and they're Jewish. So they're black and Jewish They're black and Jewish and a little bit of Russian. Black Russian.
Wow.
Now I tell you what I would like to do. I would like to do this. I want you two beauties to make us a couple of babies. That'd be beautiful.
That would be a good blend. That'd be a good blend.
They'd grow up in that unique family. Think about it. Because
well, you see, know me.
I know you. I know that I don't know. I mean, I'm amazed. Now, having said that, I have spoken about this idea with, you can imagine, I mean, 10 a day for a year. That's already 3,000 ladies. And all I get is F you this, perv you this, and then they block, and then they curse, and few of them threatened to kill us. There was one, a Jewish one, got so mad. She goes, you Anastasia, I know you. She looked up, somehow she has access to her system. I don't know, she looked up her mother, her dad. I mean, she knew her family. She goes, I'm coming after you, bitch. You ain't getting all killed.
No, that's not good. I know, I stay away. I don't like confrontation. I'm so anti-confrontation. I don't like it. I stay away from it. And if it's something that I cannot say to you, I will write you a letter. Because I don't believe in saying the wrong things, because I'm always considering how it's going to be perceived. I grew up like that. If I wanted something from my parents and I was afraid of the answer I may get, I'll put everything down, yes or no column. You check what you want. That way we skip the face-to-face emotions.
You got to teach me. You got to teach me, because sometimes I say things that are too hurtful. Now, but you know, that woman, she's a Jewish woman. She was so sweet. But when I turned the phone, because Anastasia was next to me in a car, and I said, let me introduce you to someone, because I want to be gentle. But she was so nice and open. And then when she saw her, she goes, oh my God. I didn't even see her face.
She's far more beautiful than her. That's probably why.
People cannot, ladies cannot tolerate competition.
No, but that's you said it right, but it's a wrong, and it has to do with your mind too and the maturity, because I don't think no one is really in competition with another. I'm not in competition with her because Anastasia brings certain components to your life that I may not bring. And I may bring what she may not bring. So we're never really in competition with each other. We're actually bringing two things to the table to make it a utopia of what works for both of us. But we can never be in competition with each other.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? Что ты хотела сказать?
Я говорю, что ничего не так, как ты хочешь.
That's the point that Marika is saying. It's the same as a husband and a wife being in a competition, as two brothers, as a left and right hand. We complement.
Yeah.
Love doesn't compete. It loves. Fear competes. You only compete.
Exactly. So it was wrong for her to threaten her. I didn't. Yeah, that part I don't like.
You should see. There are dozens. There are hundreds of women who flip. They block me, and I say, Anastasia, give them. They're like, some of them are very beautiful, and I don't even mean appearance-wise. They're all beautiful, but some of them are so kind and so bright and so seem like enlightened in some ways to even tolerate a conversation like this. But then once they see her, they flip that flips the shit out of them, and that's it. And then they don't even know what it is. And sometimes they last for maybe a few conversations, and then they get really bitter and really like toxic to her, to me.
Do you think your screening process may be something that you need to reinvent, because then you're putting her, Anastasia, in a situation for people to be nasty to her who necessarily shouldn't, right? I'm the one who's the receiver of the most nastiness. She's like, no, but you're the one bringing the bread to the table. Now we have to break bread. You're bringing bread to the table. The table in this situation will be Anastasia. So you're bringing bread to her table. You got to make sure the bread is cooked properly. You can't bring her half-done bread and you expect her to eat and be belly full.
It doesn't even seem. I think it's bread. It's actually a pile of shit that I bring, and it stinks. She goes, "What the kind of fucked up shit did you bring?"
Yeah, because she doesn't deserve that. No. I don't even know her, but I'm saying her aura gives me something like she's not a confrontational person. She's very relaxed and chilled. So I wouldn't see why someone would just come and feel like, you know, I need whatever she has.
Oh,
but Anastasia has put in the work to be where she is.
Anastasia is a beautiful, beautiful creature. Only she has like we all, she got a side to her. I can give you a glimpse of it. Настя, сделай мне одолжение. Сделай так глаза, как ты любишь делать, поближе к камере.
You know what? Give me a Russian that isn't feisty. I'll give you an African that is, I don't know what, submissive.
Let me tell you.
That's what makes Russian women interesting, because they stand their ground.
Let me tell you, we have a word for this. When we translate it, and you African ladies will understand me like no other. It's called in English a witch. Now, in Russian, we call it, and I'll tell you, there's English words that will resonate. Vedma. Vedma, it's from the word vidit, means to see. It's the one who sees not with her eyes. It's with that pineal gland. Now, the word vida, la vida, is to vidit, or vada, vodka. It's a lot of it is coming from actually vision, from la vista, you know, vivir. All these words are very close, to live and to see, or to cognate, to actually know something beyond knowing. So witches, and in Russian, the word vedma, it means the one that sees, and also the one that's a mother. Ma is mama. So it's the mother who sees. Because if you don't have children,
Mother Gaia.
Right, Mother Gaia. So the one like you, so you both are beautiful witches. Witches are not in a mean way. Witches that are like Joan of Arc was called a witch. She wasn't a witch. Now, so what are we? We have to organize the the situation. You consider coming to Mexico. Once you,
Definitely.
How long is your project?
So I'm actually set to wrap this up by the end of next week. I should be free after next week.
So you make your plans. You can either come visit me here, but I would rather you come and visit us in Mexico.
Honestly, I told you I would love, and it's funny, Anastasia, he told me he was coming to see you, and I told him I'll wait until he returned to give you guys time, and then, you know, and not interrupt. So I'm glad that he extended the invitation. I am really honored.
I called you.
Would love to.
Remember when I called you and I said, how are you? That I called you and Anastasia was next to me. I said, look at her, she's not.
No, but again, I was like, no, he's spending time with her. I have to respect that. And again, this will come out of the African culture of mine, but this is her time. I have to respect that. I didn't know that when you say, oh no, she's not going to have a problem with it.
That's so beautiful.
I was like, you know, sometimes people say that all the time, but I have to respect her time.
Let me tell you something. That is something that, as I say in Russian, that's very easily rewritable in a way of that we can check. But I'm saying it's so beautiful that you have such respect. I mean, there was no disrespect meant for anyone. Now, I say to you, it's a very interesting. We have a very interesting union. And you see, Anastasia, I've been saying this to you, is nothing that needs to be the sexual aspect of it is not something we have to concentrate on. Though that's an interesting thought in and of itself. But that's not the main point of it. It's not. Unless you think different.
I'm waiting for the head wife to say her piece.
Because I don't know, что я говорю, что сексуальная вся эта тема, она не центральная, it's not central. Поэтому то, что ты говоришь, Anastasia, sometimes she thinks that the sexual part is somewhat of could be a bit of a discomfort. And I get it, she hasn't had that experience. But that's not a central issue at all. Понимаешь?
But that's where the respect come in, because I know that when you're with her, that's her time. And we are on this side of town, but I'm never going to say, oh, when you're with her, I need your attention. No, it's respect.
This one, I'm telling you, man. You wrap up your stuff and you come our way. I need you. With that wisdom. And let me tell you something. Had you been 10, 20 years older, I would say the same thing. But you're actually a young and vibrant and a beautiful lady. I mean, I'm speechless.
Well, I do thank you both for making time.
So I think we will let each of us go. I'm gonna go get something, a fish in my Walmart. We will definitely stay in touch and close, and we'll make some.
I think we all should, definitely. I would love to develop a friendship with Anastasia.
How did they say?
My birthday is tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
Your birthday is tomorrow?
What?
My battery is low.
Oh, your
battery's low.
Battery's low.
Yeah.
Anastasia gotta get a new. We gotta get a new phone for her. We have to start thinking as a family.
I need a new phone.
We have to start thinking as a family now. Now,
yes.
My beautiful ladies, I give you both a hug and a kiss in all the places I can, and and I will be talking.
You too.
I will be talking to you. We make a beautiful video that our children. I've made one right now of this conversation. Look at these beautiful ladies, and let me tell you, our children, when they grow up, they'll see this is how our father's father and mothers have met.
So we'll definitely let her charge her phone, and I'm gonna put pressure so you'll get a new phone.
Did you hear that?
I will. I apply pressure so you can get a new phone.
I heard you. You're not gonna repeat yourself like that. That means there's pressure. You see how she's thinking of you already. And I told Anastasia, let these things happen because that woman will be your friend.
That is a relationship I intend to develop. Not a sisterhood, not just a friend.
No competition, love.
There should never be.
Love does not compete. Love loves.
We've been taught so much to be envious that it's been programmed, and I will love this particular diagram. relationship to be an example, like you said.
You know that it's actually also natural to be competitive, because trees, I tell people, don't be so critical of your self-critical of you being jealousy is very natural, because what happens
to a certain degree,
of course, healthy,
to a certain degree,
and when you're
it is natural if it's uplifting. For example, if she sees some flaws in me that I need to fix, that and tells me, and I'm like, oh yeah, let me fix that, because it's not beneficial for our dynamic, right?
Now, because we put ourselves, absolutely, because we put ourselves first. Now, but even on a more of an individual level, look at animals. The dogs get jealous. The cats get jealous. They do.
Well, yeah, they kinda, because they mark their territory.
Yeah, and when you have when you have a pet and you bring even another human being, another human being comes into the house, they get jealous. Now, look at trees. With the two trees are next to each other, they're gonna compete for the sunlight. They're all the jealousy,
yeah.
but they don't do it in a mean way. It's just nature.
With respect.
Of course. So when I felt
the reason I said, when you said, oh, I'm gonna be with Anastasia, I was like, yeah, let me give them that time, because I know he'll be back. And that's respect, and I'll always do that, because
wait a
I
second,
want to treat someone the way I want to be treated.
Well, hold on. You say you knew I'd be back?
Yeah.
How did you?
You told me I'll be back.
How did you know that?
You work in Miami. You vacation and you make time for her when you can.
So hold on. So you knew I'd be calling you back, no doubt.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just would not have interrupted her time, because that was her time.
Well, I'm happy.
She waited and planned for that time.
First of all, I love the confidence that you have in me. I love it. It's well deserved.
Oh yeah, I need to be back. I swear.
It's well deserved, because you attract me magnetically. Now, having said that, I tell you, in the future, now that I tell you, there is no pun intended. Your presence is always loved and welcomed. So, no, there's no lack of respect in you talking, as you've seen. Isn't she a lovely lady?
She is very sweet. I honestly think she's sweet, and she's beautiful. She's very beautiful.